I had a friend who starred in a very meh version of The Haunting of Whaley House. They didn't even film it in the house. They had it filmed elsewhere, and they like I think they shot some exteriors like here's the real house, and then we'll shoot inside over there, and they made it much more Hollywood scary. I'm like, no, yeah, it can be creepy, but it's not like in your face raw or anything, yeah.
Hmm.
But there are times people be on a tour and they'll see someone like, oh, and they'll think it's a recreationist, and they're like, no, we don't have anybody dressed in period clothes.
Hmm. Wow. So there is lots of places we used to hear a lot about that you don't really hear too much about them anymore, and not just in California or Pennsylvania, but all across the country. There's different places. Uh,
Well, some have changed hands, like Bell Nursing Home. I think they sold that, didn't they?
the Bell Nursing Home is no longer there. It's been
Demo-
they
no,
bought it.
no, don't say it.
The city bought it and turned it into a firehouse. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
No!
Yeah. Uh, so, but there's all kinds of other places though, and I would I've always wanted to go up to the Dakotas to the Little Bighorn.
No.
Uh, I have heard some things where different investigators has been up there, and you can pick up like the war cries and the chants of the Indians and stuff.
Oh.
So, but I've
I
always
was there, Henry.
Was you up there?
Yeah.
Really? When? It's not April.
1979. I was like 12.
Oh, you were. Well, your parents.
I was there, but I don't remember it, but I was there.
Well, I wasn't too far from there because I was stationed at Minot, North Dakota, and I've been over to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and even rode on horses going on some of the trails around through there. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Huh.
But at that time, I wasn't into or know anything about the paranormal. So if I had, I'd have been wanting to go over to the to the Little Bighorn National Battlefield.
Well, if I had a car, I've been to. We got stranded up in Cottonwood, Arizona, for a few days, waiting for the car to get repaired. But we ran into some people who drove us around, and we visited Jerome and Prescott, both of which have major haunted stuff, of which we didn't know at that time. And we spent a night at Bisbee Hotel in Bisbee, Arizona, which is also very haunted, which I didn't know about at the time. So after we spent all this time in Arizona at these haunted places, I get back and find out here's all the haunted places you were at but didn't know about and could have done proper investigation.
Now, Barbara, you're from, is it Kansas, somewhere in Kansas,
Nope.
Iowa?
Iowa.
Iowa. I about sneezed. Had to catch it. Was you, I guess, into the paranormal or anything like that when you was living in Iowa?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. That's where I took parapsychology classes. So,
Oh, there you go.
Did
but
you see
parapsychology,
Joe Jackson while you were there?
I did not make it to the Field of Dreams.
Hmm.
But yeah,
That's
that's
on my
active.
bucket list.
The Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
They were scheduled to play a game this spring there. Major
Yeah.
leagues were. But that's
They
out of the
still
question.
might. You never
Yeah,
know.
You never know, but
At some point, it is still a functioning baseball field.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's not bad. And there's all these places now. The problem is that you find these haunted houses or supposedly haunted houses, and these people buy them thinking that they're going to rent them out as haunted places,
Right.
only to discover that they can't um, rent them out, or the price is too steep, and so everything pretty much goes into decline. And that's the shame in all of this.
It is.
I mean, the Bellevue Nursing Home, for example, it would have been a great thing, but you buy it thinking you're going to be able to get funds to do that, and you can't.
No, you can't. And it was going to take an awful lot of money to actually refurbish that just to the standards to where it was healthy for people to actually go in there. The last time I was there, there was mold. There was even a hallway I wouldn't even attempt to go to walk down. That's how bad it was over there. And they just wasn't doing anything to actually fix it because they didn't have the funds. So
Right.
they ended up having to let it go and sell it.
Well, wasn't Waverly Sanitarium supposed to be repurposed into a hotel or a condominium?
That's Linda Vista Hospital.
No,
No, Waverly
Waverly
Hills
was.
wasn't.
They were supposed to do that with Waverly to start with.
Oh, no.
But when they found out that it was haunted and they couldn't get the funds to, because I mean that was a total major renovation.
Oh, yeah.
They ended up going with the leasing it for investigations. So yeah, but that was their main intention. I even thought they still had those kind of intentions, but they're not going to get the
Yeah.
money, the funds to really do that. So
Well, you buy it and you discover it's all lead paint and asbestos, and
Yep.
it's an issue.
Yeah?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
Well, out here, Linda Vista Hospital, which is very haunted, did get sold, much to paranormal investigators' disappointment right and left, and was renovated. And to my knowledge, they did make it into a senior citizens home. I'm thinking, oh, that's a really smart move. The turnover really great as you're sitting there and a shadow person comes wandering into your room and you just die of a heart attack right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Craig,
But
if
there's
you
several. Eastern State Penitentiary, too. I don't
East-
think they've done much with that. as
no,
well.
and that's peeling lead paint and all that stuff. But I understand it is very active. And there's another
Yes,
place.
the dude runs.
Yeah. There's another place that's a prison in the mountains somewhere. Is it in West Virginia or
Moundsville?
no? Moundsville's one. Yes. That one there is
Well,
supposed
there's
to be very active.
Trans-Allegheny, but that's an asylum.
That's an asylum, and that, from what I understand, is really active too. Have you been there, Craig?
No, I haven't been to any of them.
Yeah. Well, I know why you haven't been, because you don't want to pay the prices to go investigate them.
Well, if Zach Bagans was there, I am not going.
Oh.
That guy taints everything.
Well, he doesn't taint it. He just does a bad investigation and he moves on. And it goes sort of like, good thing apparently
Everything's
haircut
evil.
guy's gone. Well, he thinks so. Well, from what I understand, somebody told me that almost all of the investigators or on these travel shows are directed to, say, go towards demonic, because that's scarier than it was just an old guy who, maybe, said get off the lawn, get off the grass to the kids in the neighborhood, because demon sounds scarier, and I'm like, I just want to smack them. But somebody recently told me that no, they're directed to say that.
Now, see,
There's
I'd rather have my credibility and
Exactly.
say, no, I'm walking off. I'm not going to sit here and try and fool the public or,
Well,
No.
I would, what I would do? I would say, oh, fine. So I would get there like, he says, well, you think it's demonic? I'm like, well, I'm being told to say it is.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they're like, well, you can't say that. I'm like, why? That's the truth. You're telling me to say that. So it's like, well, normally I wouldn't say so, but they're telling me I should have to say it for ratings. They'll lose that job in a heartbeat. But hey, like you say,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe after all this Corona stuff is gone and passed away. Uh, I can set stuff up where people comes to this area because I have the Preble County Historical Society. It's an old house. The house isn't that big, but it's really active. The barn's active. The log cabin is active. So that's places that you can investigate. And you have the school. So we can always get people into the school.
Post Town?
Yeah, Post Town.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The only time that I actually tried to investigate there was after we had an event with people, and they was allowed to stay and investigate. But there was too dead burn many of them walking the halls and running their little tat 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 tat. Are you here? Are you here? Tat 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 tat. No, you can't investigate like that.
No. Well, make it a weekend when they're in town.
Yeah, we'll do something like that and do that. And
Go to a ball game and then do a little investigating at night.
there you go. And who knows? Barbara might even want to come out. She might have some vacation time.
Oh, I sure don't anymore.
I think we're all going to have a lot of vacation time in here in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we're on lockdown, Jeff, for another month.
yeah, it's supposed to be till the first
May 3rd for us.
first week in May. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jeff, you're breaking up.
The alien is back.
Yeah, it's back. Which is really going to be bad. Are you guys actually doing anything, Barbara? I mean, I know you're going to work, but I think this is really going to bomb out the economy, I think.
Well, yeah, you can't go out.
Yeah.
You go out to shop and you go out to for groceries, and that's pretty much, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
We just got to notice
takeout.
the Walmarts here in PA are only letting 50 people in at a time, and they're shutting off all the aisles except the grocery aisles.
Yes.
Wow.
They're doing all that, and they're talking about the ones here, though. They're only going to let 5 people in the store at a time because I think you're only allowed so many people per 1,000 square foot or something like that. So they'll let 5 in, and as one comes out, one more can go in. So there won't be a total but 5 in the store at a time. Of course, they didn't do that today because I went grocery shopping at Kroger and got most of the stuff that I went for. So I'm in pretty good shape for right now. You can find tons of water. Water's in every store. It's just all the rest of the stuff you can't find.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have my peeps in my photo box and some ideas.
Some ideas. So you're going to start doing a peep shoot, huh?
Yep. So it's going to be, it's going to be interesting, and it'll be, like I said, I'm waiting for the upsurge in some of the chat rooms or the community discussions about people finding ghosts in their house.
That's, because they're there all the
makes more
time.
sense.
You would be surprised. Yeah.
I hear a weird sound I haven't ever heard before, and yeah, that sort of thing. It'll be interesting to see how it does.
I haven't had anything here so far, so that's good. I did in the other house, but not here. So anyway,
Yeah. Well, you just renovated, right?
I'm still renovating.
Yeah. So
I've got the cabinets pretty well in. He's still got to come back do a little more to the cabinets, but I don't have the countertop. But I had him go ahead and fix my sink in there so I can at least do dishes and stuff.
Cool.
So I don't have the dishwasher.
You know about renovations and hauntings, Henry.
Yeah, well, the stuff that I'm doing, the people that had this place that was renting it, and I don't know how long they've been gone out of it, a couple years probably, but they had kind of like destroyed it. They had everything painted red, the walls and cabinets and everything, and they didn't take care of it at all. They beat it to death. So I've redone all the electric, all the baseboard heaters, the new fridge, new stove. I got a new dishwasher, but it's not hooked up yet. I got a new water heater, new water softener, a new roof. So I've already put a bunch of money into it, fixing it all up. So eventually we'll get it completed.
So now the hauntings.
Well, yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right, our time is slipping away real fast like. I want to let everybody know that next week we have Thomas Workman on with us. And he's real interesting.
Just in time for the Skinwalker Ranch documentary that's on.
Did you watch any of that?
I have.
I wasn't too thrilled with it. To me,
I'm fascinated, but yeah.
To me, I'm still an Oak Island guy. Maybe
Well, that's fun.
Maybe they'll find something.
It's treasure.
Yeah. Anyway, we will take, and next week have Thomas Workman, the MUFON director of the state of Ohio, and the week after that, we have Tim Shaw going to be on with us. So I'm still working on other people, and who knows who we might come up with in the future. So with that, anything you guys, last thing you want to say here?
Well, yeah, Craig, when is your book coming out and what's the title?
Good question. What is the title? I don't even know.
Oops.
My editor has it. Oh, you got me right on the spot now.
You should have known.
Hopefully it'll be out in a month.
Okay.
Heaven Sent.
Okay.
Heaven Sent.
Yeah,
a Gettysburg love story.
There you go. All right.
And it's going to be available on Amazon?
Amazon, Lulu.com, anywhere you order books. And it'll be in Mr. G's gift shop if you're here in Gettysburg.
All right.
You going to sign those copies?
I am going to have a book signing this year. I
All right.
put a thing on my Facebook page. If I survive this coronavirus, I will do a public book signing.
All
which
right.
I've been putting stuff off. So yes,
For all your books or just a new one?
all the books. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
All right. That sounds excellent.
Yeah. So at Mr. G's?
Yeah, in the gift shop behind Mr. G's. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good reason to go to Gettysburg.
They have souvenirs in there from the trees that was still living, or the still living, during the time of the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yep. Witness trees.
Yeah, the witness tree. Mm-hmm. So, interesting. So, with that, our time's just about run out. Anything you want to say quick, Craig, before we jump off?
Just everybody stay home, be safe, social distancing, check on your family members. Just be safe, everybody.
All right. Barbara, Jeff,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands. Okay. Jeff
I think dropped off.
dropped off. Okay. With that, we will see you next week at the same time. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And until then, this is Henry Foister.
And Barbara Duncan, and also thank you from Jeffrey Gould.
There you go. So we will see you next week then at the same time. So good night, everybody. In a minute. You've been listening to the Paranormal View on the ParaX Radio Network. Join us again next week at the same time for more of the Paranormal View.